only a week or 2 weeks ago, China imposed agriculture tariffs on Canada of 100%.
Did they?
And Carney, I don't think Carney made even
He
a
hasn't
comment.
even said a word about
No
it.
one has in the Canadian, any of the Canadian politicians for that matter. So it's direct. It's in a direct assault to the United States all the time right now for political purposes.
There's no benefit to talking about it for them.
100% tariffs. Think about that. There is no. Well, to me, it makes my hair like stand.
what
it really genuinely upsets me.
And what he's talking about here is America over, however, 2 world wars, 9/11, all of these things. The moment they start looking out for their own economic interests, we now have to cut bait and run away.
You know, what bugs me about this story is the headline, Canada says. Canada didn't say that. A prime minister who's been PM for, 2 weeks? And like I say, he's been away from Canada for a decade.
Yeah.
What did Mark Carney, and I know most of your viewers have never even heard that name before because he just sort of showed up and now he's speaking on behalf of all Canadians. I'm saying our century and a half alliance is over. Who the hell are you?
Do you think having a Trudeau 2.0 will do to Canada what Biden did to this country and turn the population against it?
Worse, because Trudeau 2.0 is smarter than Trudeau 2.1 at 1.0.
Right.
But the thing is, who was this Mark Carney? He was the chairman of something called Brookfield Capital, which is like a mini BlackRock. Once you know that, and once you study what Mark Carney did for a decade, this starts to make sense. Chris was onto something when he said China just put 100% tariff on Canada, and Carney hasn't said a word. Mark Carney, Canada's new prime minister, I'm talking weeks ago, took out an enormous $250 million loan for BlackRock from the Chinese government. He's met with President Xi Jinping. He says China is the future. Carney has not actually sold off his holdings in Brookfield. It would be like Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, decides to run for president but doesn't sell his stock. Are you operating as an oligarch or are you operating as a president? That's this Mark Carney is so democratically illegitimate. Give me 30 more seconds on that.
Sure, please.
Like I say, he was chosen as the leader of the Liberals. How? He wasn't voted on by ordinary Canadians. The Liberal Party had an internal vote. They allowed non-citizens to vote. They allowed children as young as 14 to vote.
Really?
So you had 14-year-olds voting for Canada's new prime minister?
Is that brand new? For the first time, 14-year-olds voting?
I don't know how the Liberal Party did it for Trudeau, but believe me, I paid attention to this. Here's the crazy thing. 400,000 people registered to vote. Only 150,000 of them were verified. Who were the other 250,000?
Wow.
Like when you've got more than half of the votes spoiled, you can't trust the result.
So you're saying we should conquer Canada?
You know what? There's one more thing that I have a beef with in this political story.
Sure.
The tariffs. It's not the tariffs that have made Canadians mad, in my view. It's the indecent proposal. When Trump says, hey, come join us. That's like saying to a married woman, ditch your man and come with us. It sort of wounds the pride. It's an emotional hurt. And I think what Trump meant is sort of a jab at Trudeau when he first said it. I think too many Canadians are taking that literally. And they feel, like their pride is wounded. How dare you say I should break up with my man and join America? So I think that's actually has fueled a lot of the if you look at Carney's support, it's baby boomers who are insulted by that indecent proposal.
Is the opposition to Carney, like the opposition party, calling out the tariffs from China? Like, is that in the news at all from at least one side?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're probably right. Like there's a large portion of the population that doesn't understand that Trump's rhetoric works a specific way. Whether he's looking to distract from one story and push something to somebody else, he knows how to get a rise out of people. And a lot of the population, especially the boomers, don't understand that type of political tactic because they've been led into this false belief that you're supposed to be all polite in politics, despite the fact that that's really a misnomer and hasn't been true for a very, very long time. So in a lot of ways, Trump's diplomacy can sometimes have a hiccup when it comes to the way he speaks, because it may work politically if he's trying to, push forth the big ask and something like that. And he's got economic leverage. But as far as like public support and getting people on your side, that can be a barrier. It's just that most people that support him, they don't care anymore. They're past caring about whether your feelings are hurt by someone's rhetoric. It's a bunch of people. Like, if you're my age and you're like, I was never going to own stock, I was was never going to own a home. I do not care anymore. The wailings of boomers don't matter to me. I want somebody to fix this, or at least try something outside of the uniparty proper to do something about it. The boomers are offended by the rhetoric. Newer generations don't care as much.
In Canada, I think there's a lot of that. Yeah. It's housing prices in Canada are twice what they are in America.
Oh, wow.
Try being a young person. You have no chance. Young people living with their folks until they're well into their 20s, even 30s, that is normal in Canada. Cost of living, and we've had mass migration. It's just depressed wages, pushed up housing. And so actually when Trump says, hey, become the cherished 51st state, I love how he always says cherished. Because when was the last time Ottawa said to certain Canadian provinces, we cherish you? Like Trump knows what he's doing.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.